Hello everyone, welcome to Abnormal Investigations. Oh man, I got another encounter for y'all. It seems like it's going to be a good one. It's out of Norway. I wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow night will be a live. It's going to be Jessie on our show. She's been investigating the beast of Bray Road, and she visited with one of the owners that has the property that this beast is on, and she saw a lot of exclusive evidence. She's going to be sharing some photographs and telling us about her journey and what she found out. And we're going to have a big discussion about it, guys. It's going to be really, really good. I also wanted to let everybody know we're going to be doing a more in-depth dive into the things in the sky. We're not going to be able to do that, however, on YouTube because we want to go by their rules. And they have attacked many channels and demonetized them for talking about that subject. So we will be discussing that subject on Patreon. I have lowered it to the lowest you can go to join it, so everybody would have the opportunity to be able to join. It's probably going to happen, I'm going to say, in January is when we're going to dive into that really deep, as we are still discovering and investigating that subject. But it will be done, I believe, as a live on Patreon, but nonetheless released on Patreon if we do it even as a pre-record. And we're going to go down the rabbit hole deep into what they don't want us talking about. So I hope that you all would be able to join us there. And also, Patreon's a great place to be, guys. You're going to have access to extra content. You're going to have access to all the photographs, all the audio, and even photographs that Jesse shared with us from Bray Road. So there's some really good stuff in there, guys. It's just like $5 a month, I believe is what it is. All right. I think that's all I wanted to say. And if we have any other content that we cannot share on YouTube, that's where it will be, is in Patreon. That's where our more in-depth stuff will be at. All right, guys. Let's get into today's subject, and thank you for being here with me. It's always appreciative. Hello, my name is Sander, and I live in Selbestrand, Norway. It's a small, peaceful place, but there's one thing that makes it unsettling. The forest in our backyard. It's not huge, but it's long and it stretches far beyond our neighborhood. Growing up, I've heard countless stories about trolls lurking in those woods. At first, I thought it was just a way to scare kids into behaving. But as I grew older, I began to feel a creeping sense of unease and truthfulness. Every night I find myself watching the forest, and I always get a bad feeling. It's as if something is watching me back, waiting for the perfect moment to emerge from the shadows. The forest seems to cast a spell of dread over me, and I often feel a chill in my body because it just gives off bad vibes all the time. One winter night I decided to face my fears and venture into the forest. I knew it was a bad idea, but my curiosity got the better of me. As I walked deeper into the woods, I heard strange noises coming from the trees. At first, I thought it was just birds, but the sounds grew louder and closer with each step. My heart was racing as I realized I was wrong, and whatever was making those noises was closing in. Panic set in, and I ran back home as fast as I could. That night, as I was browsing the internet, I heard knocking on the window. I jumped out of my chair, shocked and frightened. It was too dark to see outside, so I had to wait until the next day to investigate. When I went outside to check, I found footprints in the snow, which only added to the mystery. I wondered if it was just the tree knocking against the window, but there was no wind the previous night, and, well, there was footsteps. Barefooted. Determined to get to the bottom of things, I grabbed my sniper rifle and headed back into the forest the next night. My heart was racing, and I was sweating bullets as I walked deeper into the woods. Suddenly, I heard noises again, and this time I saw something big and hairy emerging from the darkness. It was staring at my house like it didn't even know I was there because I was hid in my ghillie suit as if I were hunting. At first, I thought it was a deformed Bigfoot, but then I realized it had to be a troll, the very creature I had heard stories about growing up here in Norway. I pointed my rifle at the creature, but it just stood there frozen. It was looking at my house as if it was looking for me. This thing was huge, and I could tell that it was powerful. I turned around and I ran as fast as I could, not stopping until I reached the safety of my home. I wasn't even sure that my rifle would be able to stop this thing. That's why I didn't shoot. I didn't want to piss it off. As I looked back, I heard the troll let out a blood-curdling scream, a sound that still haunts my dreams to this day. I'm just glad I haven't seen the creature again, but the experience has left me shaken. I often wonder if I'll be able to set foot in those woods again without fearing for my life. It sounds like that it knew you set it up and could have shot it and didn't. It may have gave you a favor back for a favor. But again, I always tell people do not trust these things no matter what. I wouldn't trust it even if you do go back to those woods. I still would not trust it. It sounds like it's been watching you for a while, probably amused or just interested in you. I believe these things are interested, as I believe that they're all connected to one another and are doing what they were designed to do. They're watching. They are watchers. So be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you don't become this creature's dinner. And I appreciate you sending in your encounter. We don't get a lot of troll ones, but there has to be something to trolls, because just down the road from me there's a bridge called Troll Bridge, and they seem to be everywhere, and we all know something had to happen to give these places these names.